Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you all for joining us tonight on this last Shocktober episode, the last chapter in our October Call of Cthulhu Let's Play live stream. I want to thank in advance every one of my participants, of my gamers, for being here tonight. It has been a joy dragging them through the cobblestone streets of Arkham and beyond. I want to thank everyone in the audience who's joined us for this affair. So tonight, of course, we will be running the fourth and final episode. And if you're new to this, if you've just come to watch us for the first time, folks, of course, you might want to not spoiler it and go back and watch the previous Fridays, or in the case of the second episode, Thursday episode of the Call of Cthulhu live streams. So thank you everyone again for your custom, for your patronage. I greatly appreciate it, all of you. And speaking of people whom we appreciate, of course, we greatly appreciate our sponsors, Hellebarde Games. Hellebarde makes the kind of adventures that they'd like to play, whether it's for 5th edition, for Castles and Crusades, or for the OSR. Hellebarde makes the kind of adventures they want to play, and Old School is in play at the table with Hellebarde. You can check them out on DriveThruRPG or on their website, hellebardegames.com. And if you haven't already, please do consider clicking the subscribe button. Click the bell icon for notifications so you can find out information about all of our other upcoming Let's Play live streams, our guest shows we're going to have, and all kinds of fun stuff. Now, I would be remiss, of course, if I didn't say a big thank you to Uncle Brat for the lovely, lovely $50 super chat. Consider this as my commiseration with upcoming PC. I'm living in insanity. Sorry, had to edit. That's fine, Uncle Brat. Thank you so, so much for the $50 super. You help keep the lights on around here, my friend, and really, that's all I can ask for. But as this draws to a close, I hope everyone has enjoyed it. We will be doing this again next Halloween, whether it will be classic 1930s Call of Cthulhu, modern Delta Green, or somewhere in between. We don't know yet, but we will bring the spooky back next year. So if you've missed this and you've missed the live streams and you've wanted to see them, but you just haven't gotten a chance to, please do, by all means, go back. You can watch all of the episodes from this year. You can watch all of the episodes from last year, our inaugural year. And I do get some requests about who would like to participate, folks that would like to participate and so on. And that's, that's always a good question. We'll just have to see when we get there. Now, this is real role-playing that we do on this live stream, ladies and gentlemen. We don't, I don't have a stable of paid actors. I just have some folks that would like to play, whether it's Gamma World, which is our usual Friday evening fare, something that Kyle wants to run on Wednesdays, or first edition Advanced Dungeons and Dragons on Tuesdays. It's just people that would like to game. And those dance tickets are pretty full right now. But what the reason I'm mentioning this is real role playing. We're not actors. I didn't go out and find top tier voice actors. You're not going to see a Delver's Dungeon cartoon deal on Amazon anytime soon or anything like that. But by the same token, we also don't sit down and rehearse these well in advance, so everybody's happy and goes home with a smile and their favorite characters got to do awesome things. You take the dice rolls. You take what the table gives you, which can mean that tonight could end in minutes. Consider that. It's all part of the thrill. Hello, Tommy Dye. Every other comment in the live stream tonight is brought to you by our buddy Vaughn Gifford. I'm teasing you, Vaughn. Why do actors live in stable? Probably because they talk so much they wind up a little hoarse. What do you people know from funny? Anyway, we had a pretty good live stream last night. Now, one of the things that we do around here is we also talk about classic role-playing games, specifically my jam, my first love, my you're on a deserted island and can only have one role-playing game. What is it? Is first edition Advanced Dungeons and Dragons. Nothing else scratches any itches. And despite the fact that we are very contentful during the course of the week, I do like to have some time to take a deep breath and bring you guys some actual AD&D content. Sometimes that's a deep dive into the rules, like our semi-regular how to Dungeon Master First Edition Advanced Dungeons and Dragons. And last night we talked a lot about the process of awarding XP and character leveling from a dungeon mastering standpoint. And trust me, folks, it's not as easy as saying, okay, the dragon was worth 3,000 hit points. There's 3 of you. Or 3,000 XP. There's 3 of you. So that's 1,000 XP. Bada bing, bada boom. It is a lot more complex. And, you know, somebody mentioned in the live stream last night, and I was very, 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 very happy to see this. There was the subject brought up of, you know, if people read these rules, there would be a lot less murder hobo mentality in Dungeons and Dragons, and it's absolutely true. We're not going to go over it because it took us over an hour last night to deep dive into how to award XP and advanced characters. But suffice to say, once again, so many rules are ignored by people, and then they look at old D&D and they go, well, we've got to come up with a system to fix this. No, you didn't. No, you didn't. The system worked as designed. You didn't read it when you were a teenager in the 1980s. You came up with these preconceived notions that it was broken. You never cracked a rule book. Can I let you guys in on a little something? Are you a fan of 3rd edition? Do you like how 3rd edition was put together? Do you know what Ryan Dancy said to me? A statement directed to me was, I haven't read the Dungeon Master's Guide. This is one of the fellows who fixed broken Advanced Dungeons and Dragons. I leave the final assessment to you folks, because guess what? Inside the first edition AD&D Dungeon Master's Guide is a rule system that works. It's a rule system that works. Just looking through the chat here. Yang Yan Zhao asks, who's ready to die? Doomsword says, I've been ready to die for 49 years. Not until you help me get some home improvements done, Dooms. I kid Dooms. He lives he lives up the road from me a ways here in the Sunshine State. Unregistered Hypercam swings for the fences, connects, and did you hear that crack? Oh yeah. That one's out of here. I've read both the 3.0 and 3.5 DMGs as a kid. My thoughts, it has magic items and about 230 plus more pages of nothing that you don't really learn in the PHB. I remember when 3rd edition dropped, and yes, that was what a lot of people were saying, that the Dungeon Master's Guide is now unnecessary. Dungeon Master can use a player's handbook. And then there's the Monster Manual. Dying Breed Tabletop, welcome, welcome, welcome. It's good to see you, good to be seen by you. TJ, I see you over there. It is not the peanut gallery. You are the chat. Although bringing up peanut gallery lets me use one of my favorite jokes. This pleases the nut. If you know, you know. But anyway, yeah. So it always left me with a foul taste in my mouth. This idea that D&D needs fixing. I mean, on its surface, you say, well, it came out in 1978, 79, 77, whatever. Of course it's old and doesn't work. We fixed it. That's how we know. And that is begging the question. A priori, you cannot say that the rules are bad. You have to read the rule books. And I think part of the realization that so many adherents, so many edition warriors have to third and a half, fourth, Pathfinder, Pathfinder 2, 5th, Essentials, 2nd. I think a priori their dismissal of AD&D is just based on the idea that the cover has a certain date on it, therefore it doesn't work. We've introduced this system. It's much better than the system that was in the Dungeon Master's Guide because now you can't murder hobo. Read the Dungeon Master's Guide. You can't murder hobo. But what do I know? I'm just a guy who's been playing role-playing games since he was 10. But anyway. You'll trade me for drywall? Well, I mean, we can work together on both. I mean that 100%, Doomsword. We can work together on both. But that's for a later discussion. So next week, as you know, I said this is Shocktober. It's time of spookiness. That doesn't really end until next week, until next Tuesday. Tuesday is when we nominally play first edition Advanced Dungeons and Dragons. This coming Tuesday is Halloween. There will be a live stream on Tuesday. It will not be a Let's Play. It will likely be I come back here, crack open a pint, and put my feet up and just hold forth on whatever. Because I will be out trick-or-treating with my daughter. Monday, of course, we'll come in, we'll have some preamble ramble. We'll do the miniature diorama. And Wednesday, we'll see what Kyle's got going on Wednesday. Thursday, we've got a guest next week, folks. We do have a guest next week. Tracy Lesh will be here, and he's bringing a guest. I don't want to spoil it yet, but I think you guys are really gonna like it. And then Friday, those of you who've been champing at the bit, who've been saying, Call of Cthulhu's nice, but Gamma World. Friday, we will be back for Gamma World. Now, unfortunately, Friday also means that Yang Yan Zhao will not be with us on Friday or the Friday following. Someone has to go on vacation. Far be it from me to ask you to take a laptop with you, Yang. Effort I go through, this is the thanks I get. But anyway, so yes, we will return to Gamma World next Friday evening, and then on through the rest of November. Now, the passage of time can be a funny thing. We really have to think about what December is going to hold. Guys, December is going to be kind of a definitely the back half, maybe the first half. It's going to be a little bit slower time for yours truly on the video production schedule because, it's like the tempo of the waitress's Christmas wrapping. You wake up on the 1st of December, you're like, I've got almost a whole month. You look at the calendar, it's the 11th. I got 20 days. I got almost 20 days. You look at the calendar again, and it's 5:45, December 24th. That's how fast it goes. So leave us not think that we are months away from Christmas. We are not. We are not. Doom Swords ask, any chance we can do AD&D on Friday? Good evening, Miss Bella Games. It's good to see you. I don't know. Any major schedule changes, any major show schedule changes will have to come after the first of the year. Now, I have been saying for a while, just next week. Just next week. Did I lose my light again? Goodness. Well, the live sign isn't on anymore, but there won't be anyone alive at the end of the night. So maybe, possibly. Just next week. Well, let's talk to our one dissenting Gamma World person and see what we can do. You're gonna have to run a game if I don't AD&D once a week for sure. One thing that I had been talking about over the summer was, hey, any week now, I'm going to start doing a 3D printing channel, like a whole separate channel. I'm not going to put them here on this channel. YouTube hates mixed subject channels. They hate it. That's why if I did a Delver's cooking channel, it would be separate. If I did whatever, it would be separate. Because understand, before I started streaming, I was this close to completely converting this channel to a budget gaming PC building channel. And one of the big things that stopped me was the pandemic, because everybody bought everything with a piece of silicon in it that could possibly be used to connect with the outside world. Because reasons, right? And the net result was that there were no budget PCs. None. There were none. And then when I saw that folks were having a horrible time emotionally, mentally, I was too, being completely shut in for weeks at a stretch. That's when I started streaming, March of 2020. And then I thought, well, I shot all this footage for the first episode. Why don't I just dump it out there? And then someone said, unless you're going to change your channel to that format, don't do it. YouTube hates that. So, for those of you who said, just keep it all here, I don't want to subscribe to another channel, I'm sorry. So there will be a 3D printing channel coming in the new year. Probably 1 to 2 videos a week at most. But I will focus on resin printing. If I can get my Anycubic printer working, I'll do some videos about that too. Hell, I may even buy a new filament printer. I don't know. But a 3D resin printing channel will happen. In in the new year. This channel's content will not suffer for it. This channel's content may change up a little bit, not subject matter, just the way I present content. I have a list of like 25 episodes of show that I want to do for you guys. Interstitial stuff, not tabletop gaming news, but like listicle kind of stuff that I think you guys would like. The Volcano God suggested to me all the way back. It may have even been late last year. I'll have to check. It's actually a printed out email that I have pinned up on my board over yonder. I'll have to look at it and see exactly what it is. So, and Miss Bell, are you saying 3D resin printing sounds fun, as in a channel to watch, or sounds fun to do? I'm curious. I'm going to be rocking a resin buzz for 2024. Yeah, one of the things Bill's going to do, one of Bill's first videos is going to be safety in resin printing. I'm not going to show you guys the way that I currently conduct myself around my resin printers now, because it's not safe. You will see me in a respirator and a smock. So just get ready. A good question. Unregistered Hypercam asks why Tales of Tabletop Triumph stopped. They haven't stopped. I just don't have any material. I have 6 episodes worth of material. Season 2 will come next year. If I only get 2 episodes worth of material, season 2 next year will only have 2 episodes. I would have liked to have done them every week and had 52 in the can of Tales of Tabletop Triumph because it's relevant. I just ran out of material. And I've said this before. I lost 1 sub on a Tales of Tabletop Triumph video. Now, look, I could get when I go negative, when I report, Wizards of the Coast to release Kick a Puppy, the role-playing game, or Kyle Brink says, I'm gonna come to your house and punch you in a shocking email. And some people are like, you're just going negative. I expect those videos to do poorly, but they don't. People want to see that. They want to see the news. They want that weird Schadenfreude kind of approach to things. It is what it is. And that's why we're sitting at 49.72 on the subscription count. It just kind of is what it is. But the Tales of Tabletop Triumph video, I'm fighting a huge tide of negativity out there. There's so many channels, and almost all of them are awful. Awfully done, awfully presented. I don't like them. I don't like their presenters. I put them on for noise. I'm not subscribed to them, except for one. There's one guy, and I'll recommend. His name is Tales Tomorrow. Not Tales Tomorrow, Tales Tomorrow. And he's just a fun guy. He's just a funny guy. I believe he's Eastern European. I don't know. He's got like 1.4K subs, so he's not full of himself. Which brings me, there was one I had on for noise, for background noise when I was doing stuff the other day. And this guy was reading a story, and by the time he got to it, it was complete STDH dot text. If you know, you know. But it was so much the everybody clapped story ending, because the writer wound up with 15 stitches in his hand because he was defending Milady against a DM who, oh my god, I can't even, this caused a massive brawl in the school. There were 15 suspensions, and I can't even. It was, and I even though I'm not subscribed to this guy's channel and I know it feeds the algorithm, I had to lash out a little bit. I left in the comments, I said, did you ever see that Bugs Bunny cartoon or Tom and Jerry? They would do the shtick in a lot of different cartoons when a character would fall for something that was so obvious that they would do kind of a little fade away and the character's head would become a big sucker, and it would even say sucker on it. I said, anyone who thinks this tale is true, that's you. That's you. None of this happened. There was not a 15-person brawl over Milady's honor at the high school. The narrator did not end up with 10 stitches in his hand because he punched the evil guy who was DMing their game, and none of this happened. Not a single word of it. Yeah, Tommy Die. RPG horror stories are 99.999% lies. The real horror stories at tabletop games are people who insist on cheating, fudging their die rolls, which I won't stand. And DMs who put their creepy fetishes into the game. And, you bring up another interesting point, Hypercam, and that is that so many of those stories start off with, we were a group of 10 people playing D&D, or, the D&D club was this many people. The important people are me, the DM, who I'll call DM, and the fighter, who I'll call Bob. And that's literally the last you hear of role-playing game related stuff, and then it's 10 to 30 minutes of things that literally are just personal problems because everyone involved in the story is an idiot. And then it bookends with, and we never played D&D with Bob again. What has that got to do with the price of tea in China? It's ridiculous. Never game with Quentin Tarantino. Yeah, you'll just be attacked by foot monsters all night. Anyway, speaking of monsters, it's time to confront some, as the hour is now upon us. We've delayed the inevitable as long as we can. Ladies and gentlemen, begin your lamentations and mourning for Doomsword Deathmaster as Colin O'Mara.
What's up?
Tucka Todd as Philip Teague.
Hello, hello, hello.
Kinnick as Jane Carter.
Evening.
our very own Yang Yan Zhao as Charlton Wiggins.
Good evening.
And last but not least, Kevin playing Dalton Vernier.
What'd you call me?
So, when last we left the investigators, things were in quite a state. You had gone to Mademoiselle's art studio, confronted her about the disappearance of your friends. She had tried to allay the concerns of the police investigator, Colin O'Mara, only to leap from the window of her studio, crash to the ground, run back into her studio, and then mysteriously disappear. But this does not answer what has happened to Jane Carter. Where has your stalwart friend disappeared to? It was then that you discovered a canvas in the gallery area of a strange, corrupt-looking city shrouded in a yellow fog and an unholy sign painted on it in blood. Meanwhile, speaking of corrupt cities, Jane has found herself in a strange place after being nearly mummified in foul-smelling clay by Mademoiselle Casilda herself. Jane, you've watched a procession go by, and they offered you a mask, which you refused. You've explored this strange, otherwise deserted city and found a fountain, bubbling water, but not fresh and clear, but befouled, grayish, yellowish in color. As you sit to ponder what this might mean, where you might be, are you indeed in a haze of drug-induced madness? Or are you somewhere else? Who should approach you but a bloodied Mademoiselle Casilda holding a knife? And she says to you, "You meet the damnedest people in this city." So what will you do, Jane Carter?
I'm going to look at her and I'm going to say, Hoodsie, what the frick you thinking here?
Okay, what is your dexterity, please?
My dexterity is 10.
She is swinging her hand at you, and you think she has a stone in it. So let's see. This is going to be brawling on her part. Okay, and did we all see that on the screen? I had it. Yes, yay! Dice are working. Excellent.
Awesome.
Yet less awesome than you'd like it to be. Okay, how many hit points do you have, by the way?
I have 12.
You have 12. You now have 9. She smacks you in the side of the head, and yes, she's holding a stone. She's also holding a knife in one hand. She looks at you after hitting you in the head with a rock, and you kind of stagger. You stumble a little bit. You're not at any kind of a mechanical disadvantage, don't worry. She licks the side of the stone and looks at you and says, "That little love tap was just to get your attention. Do you want to come along quietly with me? Or do you need to go nighty-night before we go see him? And it doesn't matter to me." So you may act now. What do you wish to do?
I'll look at her and I'll say, "Lady, I'll go with you, but what the heck? What's wrong with you, you frickin' nutcase?"
I don't think I've emphasized this properly. You've been hit with half of a brick and lost a quarter of your life. You are seeing stars, and this is not. She did not just slap you; she brained you with a rock. Just letting you know. But you are going to comply, right?
Yep.
Okay.
I'm gonna bide my time and watch her, but I'll go with her.
Okay. Since you were kind of staggered by that, she tells you to lie face down on the ground and put your hands behind your back.
We've done this before, lady. This is stupid. I'll lay down, but I'll like put my hands to my sides. I'm like, come on.
Okay. What is your strength, please?
16.
16. Oh, that's right. You are really strong. Okay, so you're resisting her ability to pinion your arms behind your back. Are you doing anything else other than that?
How is she over me?
She has her knee in the middle of your back, like below your shoulder blades, but above the small of your back. And she's facing, like, you can see her feet because she's basically facing your feet, trying to, you guess, grab your hands and bring them together.
Has she put her knife down? If she's trying to grab my hands?
Give me a spot hidden, please. It's not really hidden. It's just more of a, do you notice? Because your ears are ringing and the side of your face is swelling up. So a 30 and your spot hidden, let me see.
25.
Is a 25. So she's got both of her hands on you. So she is definitely not holding the knife. You don't know if it hit the ground or not.
Okay.
She also doesn't have the rock. And that you don't see either, again, because you've been walloped in the side of the head and taken to the ground. So what do you wish to do? She acted first. She tried to jerk your arms around, and she growls.
Okay.
Like she makes a very angry sound as she is trying to pinion your arms back.
I'm gonna reach my hand, grab her wrist, and see if I can flip her on the ground.
Okay. This is going to be an opposed strength roll, so roll percentage. So we're going strength versus strength to seize her. 34. Let me have a quick gander. And for those of you who might be curious, who might be watching, we are using the Call of Cthulhu 2E to 4E rules. They're all fairly compatible. So we got a 34 there. Your strength is a 16.
Correct.
So yeah, you have grabbed her wrist now. She just makes just an angry, hateful, almost animalistic sound when you grab her. So it's now the next round. She is going to try and break out of your grip, but her strength is not that good. Not nearly as good as you. So let's see. Yeah, she's starting to struggle and kick. She's still kind of on top of you. You said you're going to try and throw her.
Try to flip her so she lands on her back, so we're on even ground, or her front. Basically, I'm trying to prone her.
Okay. Let's see. Let me look, Jane. All right, you don't have any martial arts, but let's see. Your grapple is 25%, so give me a grapple roll. I didn't have my chart up. What did 20? Oh, so close. She is slightly off balance, but you did not throw her to the ground. You feel her knee leave the middle of your back for just a second. Let's see. So she acted. She acts again. All right. She is actually trying to do this, so let's see. Okay. You feel something like batter at your arm. It doesn't do any damage. She uses a word that would probably get me demonetized for you, that rhymes with hunt, and you hear kind of a whistling sort of sound as her arm contacts yours. You think she probably has the knife and has tried to stab you in the arm. It's your turn. You may you may act against her.
Okay, I'm going to try to pull the arm I have that I was trying to flip her with, tuck it under myself, and try to roll over her. So I'm trying to flip.
Okay, that's another grapple roll. Yes, Vaughn, exactly. That is precisely the word. 16. Okay, you've got her. You have got her pinned. Your strength is higher than hers. Give me a strength roll, just to see whether you've got her completely pinned.
Is that another percentage?
That is another percentage. We're doing an opposed roll now. Okay. Yeah, you have got her pinned down on the ground. She is screaming and kicking. You think you hear her teeth snapping, like she's trying to turn and bite you. So we're going to pause this very, very intense scene and go back to the calmer environs of the art gallery. Everyone is there. Officer O'Mara, Philip, of course, Charlton, and Dalton. What are you all doing?
Well, I think we're trying to attempt to figure out how to activate the portal.
Okay.
Right, we were following the instructions.
Okay.
Although, correct me if I'm wrong. The rest of these guys.
Yeah, because Philip was preparing the mud to make masks for everyone.
Okay. Well, you. Let's see. Give me an idea roll, if you would, please, Philip.
Oh, that's me. Okay.
That's you.
Did Casilda have a mask when she jumped out the window? Or
you didn't. She ran through the bedroom. Let's
I don't
see.
recall seeing that, but she might have had one.
Yeah, she ran through her sleeping quarters. Philip. Okay, so you're musing over this, and you think, Well, let me ask you this: what does Philip want to do to try and create these masks? You say the mud. What do you want to do about that?
I'm because Philip's background is like a history teacher, and he knows masks are part of a lot of cultural things when dealing with the other side, if you will.
Sure.
And so he's thinking maybe that there is some kind of connection here between this painting and these masks, and so he's going to crudely try to make the mud pliable to make masks for everyone.
Okay. Let's see. Okay, give me another idea roll. Actually, hang on that, because I believe Dalton. Was Dalton doing research with Philip at the Miskatonic University Library? I think you were, weren't you? Or was it Charlton?
Charlton was.
Charlton. Okay, Charlton, give me an idea roll. Thanks. Okay. Yes, all this ties together somehow, and you know that all of this has something to do with Carcosa, the yellow sign. Whatever your friend Philip is trying to do, the mud will have to be special. The mud will have to be not just colored yellow, but special in some way. And give me an occult roll for Charlton, please.
Oh, missed it by one.
Okay, you know that that the mud, it's not just yellow clay mud. Like, it occurs to you, there probably something has to be mixed together, and it might maybe be in a book. There might be a formula somewhere. Somebody might have a book. What is O'Mara doing? You're watching these guys run around. This woman has disappeared.
Yeah, observing for the moment.
Okay. And what about Dalton?
Dalton, when he heard the words being spoken outside, he's going to make sure to write them down so we can use that if it needs to be used.
Give me an idea roll, please.
All right. Everybody's got cats.
Yeah.
Me too.
I do not have cats.
Oh, yeah, I got a great idea. 91. That's definitely not gonna
Okay. Yeah, you all right, you proceed to write down the words as best you can phonetically, devoting them to memory, rather. All right, so you've got those written down. Tonka Todd, what are you doing at this point?
I'm over there with the mud, applying water and trying to make it malleable, and I'm gonna grab the first person I see and start slapping mud on their face.
Okay, you say the mud. What mud? Where?
The yellow mud that we found in the wooden box thing last time.
Okay. It's actually it's still pliant. It's still clay-like.
Oh, okay. Well then, yeah,
Yeah.
I grab whoever's closest to me and start packing mud on their face.
Okay.
Philip,
Give me
no.
another idea. Give me another idea roll before you grab somebody.
He ain't grabbing me.
Hey,
Blam, blam, blam.
guys, relax. I don't have a gun this time. It's okay. I hope.
You don't have a clue either.
Nope.
Okay. So what do you say to your companions?
I tell them that masks are an important cultural part of the other side, and that we all have to wear a mask. Come here and let me
Well,
put a
look,
mask
I've been
on.
watching you for a long time. We ain't done nothing about this woman jump out the window.
Well, that's why we have to wear masks. See, if we wear a mask, we can go to where she went.
Done?
Sure.
Philip, no, you're missing something. There's got to be a special ingredient. You can't just use normal yellow clay.
Right.
I don't know. Maybe if we go through the books again, maybe one of them has some formula, the special sauce.
Well, fair enough. We climbed down the wall and chased the quarry.
Okay. What do you want to do? What do you want to do, Philip?
Yeah. Let's. I'll grab my guy there, and we'll go through the books to see if there's like some kind of special ingredient that we need.
Okay, both of you give me an idea roll, please. Oh, okay. So the 63. Did you make that, Charlton? Yay.
Yeah. His idea is
Okay,
90.
good. Okay, then. So you're both looking through. You have her notes. You have this book of Ebon. So Charlton, take a 2-point sand loss. And I'm sorry, Philip, take an 8-point sand loss.
But of course.
Yeah, you spend a while reading this book, and right there, as you're looking in the notes, there's shocking implications about what needs to be done to get the masks to work.
I should also inform you my sanity originally started out at 65.
Okay.
After that 8-point hit, I'm now down to 48.
Yeah,
You're
I'm
now down to 48. Okay.
You are correct.
I'm
all right.
down to 42, which is down about a third. Just FYI.
Okay. Yes. Okay. Let's see. All right. So you're reading this book, Charlton. This book was written by foreigners about foreigners, people from faraway desert lands or remote, corrupt islands in the middle of the horrible, horrible sea. So you are now highly xenophobic. The book goes on and on about the darkness between the stars, and it occurs to you that horrible things will come at night. So you now suffer nyctophobia. That's fear of coming nightfall. You also, likewise, suffer from scotophobia, or fear of the darkness itself.
He's going to start to side-eye Colin.
Okay.
But Philip is okay because Philip is a professor and he's used to being half crazy because of his students, right?
Something like that. Philip is, let's see. I'm gonna have to roll for Philip. Yeah, there are horrible nameless things listed in this book. So you now have teratophobia, fear. I'm gonna actually read the descriptions in here because they're fun. So nyctophobia, fear of nightfall. With the fall of night comes terror. It's harder to see. Night is the time of the coming of the minions and the demons and the agents of monsters of foulness. Death is nigh.
Just as God intended.
Scotophobia, fear of darkness. Darkness of any sort hides monsters. That shadow could conceal a great old one. Only light and flame are weapons against them. Keep the home fires burning. Xenophobia, fear of foreigners. Your friends are safe enough, and so are most Americans if you're an American. But how about those foreigners? Any of them could be assassins in the pay of them. They might be monsters in disguise. Beware all foreign accents and mongrel faces. Tell your friends to watch out for them too. Thalassophobia, fear of the sea, thundering waves, briny green emptiness. The sea will flood the land, and only the highest of mountain peaks will survive above water, maybe. The doom is coming now. Warn the world. So you have all those phobias. Just reading that book has shocked you that profoundly. But the good news is, Philip, you now know how to make the masks and cast the spells.
Oh, right on.
Yes. Every mask you're going to have to mix the blood of the mask wearer and your blood into the clay before you put it on the person.
Well, that beats what I thought we was going to have to do. Okay.
Me too. Thank you.
Okay. Also, you will have to sacrifice power points to do this, and you have a power of 13, and it will require 2 points of power for every mask you wish to make and spell you wish to cast. And magic points, by the way, power points are not ever recovered unless the adventure specifically says, hey, this will give the player a point of power back. So in Call of Cthulhu, you can potentially cast a spell that can leave you unable to ever cast spells again. And I apologize if I've missed anyone's comments. Okay. So what do you wish to do?
Well, Colin's just going to peek around the window, where that lady or whatever you might call it, where she jumped out after I shot her a couple times. And see if there's anything down there.
Yeah, there's just broken glass on the ground. People have dispersed. All they see are a bunch of men standing around in the art studio talking to each other and looking at the canvas, and a couple read a book and, look up kind of.
Right.
So Charlton's over in the corner, rocking back and forth.
Pretty much. He's trying to keep away. Well, I don't know about the corner. Somewhere where the sunlight's coming in through the windows, and but he is trying to be on the opposite side of the room to Colin.
Okay, fair enough. The Celtic threat is unending.
Foreigners, man. Strange islands.
Yeah, right. There you go. A foreigner from a strange. They didn't even speak English. Why did the British subjugate them? Please super chat. I'm going to get demonetized now.
Philip is going to frantically start looking for a blade.
Yeah, there's a pair of scissors in the office on the desk.
Perfect.
There's a palette knife, although that's kind of got a rounded tip on it. It'd take a few tries.
Yeah, I'll grab the scissors and come out of the office and say, okay, who's first?
Charlton is going to put his hand to his pocket where he's got one of his 22s.
Okay.
I got nothing better to do. I'll walk over there and say, that's some foul smelling shit, but let's go.
All right, I'll cut him with the scissors and drip his blood in the mud, and cut my hand with the scissors and drip my blood in the mud, and start mixing up the mud with the blood and slap it on his face.
So Philip starts to chant. Sometimes it's words, you don't recognize them. Sometimes it's just kind of sounds that you absolutely don't recognize, but it makes your throat hurt to even hear him making those sounds. He's packing this yellow mud onto your friend's face. Do you have him sitting down? Is he standing up? What?
Well, I'll just stand there. I don't think I'm too much taller than he is.
Okay. So. All right. This goes on for a little while. Do you leave him space to breathe through his nose or his mouth?
Ooh, what can I roll to find out if I think about that?
An idea roll.
All right, let's do it.
I'm thinking I'll think about it if he doesn't think about it. just kind of let you know.
Man, you ain't learned your lesson yet about letting this guy put some stuff on you?
White. Yeah, you're over here. Jag sa that nebladsin.
Yeah. Shibnagurath, whatever.
Mouth holes, eye holes, anything. Just the king in yellow awaits. You will go to the colony.
That sounds about right.
It occurs to you after about because he starts like on your shoulders and starts building up basically a reverse bust of you, and he just slaps a big wad right on your mouth and nose.
Great. I'll wipe part that's over my mouth and nose off.
Okay.
The other parts of my face.
Okay.
Philip will just throw more mud up there after he wipes it off. He'll just throw more mud up there.
So we're just gonna have a dance here where he's gonna throw it on there and I'm gonna wipe it off.
Okay. Eventually you get his head covered completely. He's like you start to grow dizzy.
Is it because I can't breathe? I just want to make sure.
Well, this is very hot and uncomfortable, but you've kind of at least for the minute,
All right.
and this stuff tastes awful.
Yeah.
Is the
Awful,
worst.
like actual word awful. OFFAL. Yeah.
It may be a fall, it may be awful, but either way, but you can feel this stuff kind of starting to dry, and you start getting dizzy, and it's kind of dark, and then it's kind of the last thing you have to do to complete the spell is to break the now dry clay Philip, because he's standing stone still. You just say the last phrase and then break off the clay. Todd,
You want me to actually say the last phrase?
well,
you said it.
obviously your character knows it from reading it in the book. I, Bill Sylvie, can't tell you what to say, but yes, at this point you need to you need to somehow break the clay.
Okay, I'll wave my hands and I'll say, "Oh, what a fool you are," and then I'll just pop him in the forehead.
Okay.
Cover in palm kind of thing.
Yeah, you've got to. He's not like swaying when you hit him. It's pretty much like hitting a statue. But eventually, after striking him a number of times, the clay begins to crack, and when it all crumbles away, he disappears. So guess what? Everybody give me a sand roll.
Yay!
Including me.
Not
since
me.
I disappeared.
I don't have to give a sand roll.
I'm gonna need a sand roll from you. So made it.
Nice.
Made it.
53.
53. Did you make yours?
It says I'm 99, but that is not correct. Oh, it's
No.
36. It's 36.
So you didn't.
Do I need to make a sand roll?
No, you don't need to make a sand roll. You're
I
having
think so. I'm already there.
on the streets of Carcosa. Who's got ice water in their veins? Who made that
I rolled
roll?
a 5.
Oh, of course it's the Irish cop. All right, what's all this then? Get back to your dimension now.
I'll go back to the precinct.
Enough of this blarney. All right.
Yeah, and
Y'all
I'm pretty sure.
nutters.
Okay. Dalton. You are lying in a gutter on a city street, which might be kind of humorous after a fashion. The ground is wet and damp, but it doesn't feel damp with water vapor, although there is a thin yellow haze hanging in the air. Everything just feels kind of oily, slimy. It's very unwholesome feeling. It makes you feel ill. And you lose 4 points of sand.
Okay.
So you just sit on the curb and breathe deeply, your face buried in your hands. And when you rub your face and you look up, I think I'm going to put us in crowd view mode here. Might work a little bit better. Except for dice rolling. That's right. We got to have dice rolling. When you look up, there's a child in a little toga-like affair standing in front of you. And he's wearing a golden mask. Standing in the street to his right and behind him, like they were walking down the street just a few moments ago, is a man wearing tattered rags that have been wrapped around him, almost like mummy wrappings, head to toe. He's wearing a broad-brimmed yellow hat and something that appears to be like a plague doctor's mask.
Okay.
He looks, the child looks at the fellow, and he's looking at him, but he's pointing at you.
The kid is pointing at me?
The kid is pointing at you. The tall man, wordlessly, extends his hand, and he's holding a mask in it. He's holding it out to you, the mask.
It's a golden mask?
It's yeah, it's not like the clay masks at all. This is like a masquerade mask.
Okay. All right. I'll ask the kid, hey, what does he want me to do with that thing?
He just stands there staring at you. Both of them do, and the mask is extended.
Do I have problems breathing or anything, or?
No.
All right. I'll stand up and I'll take the mask. Then I'm going to look at it from the inside of it, the outside of it, kind of examine it, what it is.
It's a lightweight, maybe plaster mask that's been painted or filigreed yellow.
I look at the guy that's handed it to me.
Mm-hmm.
And does it have a strap or something on it?
It's got hooks, so you could rest it on your face. Yeah, look, like I said, it's like a masquerade mask.
Okay, like sunglasses. Okay.
Yeah, exactly. I don't mean hooks like Hellraiser, you know.
yeah. Well, not much.
We have such delights to show you. That's for next.
I'll put it on, I guess.
Okay. Back in the studio, O'Mara, he's vanished. Charlton, he's vanished. Philip, congratulations, your friend has vanished.
Right, so he's left, right? I mean, like he's left here.
He's
like
gone.
I'm not the only one in the room.
Oh, yeah. No. Everybody's here except for Dalton. Dalton is gone.
Right, Dalton was the only one. My God, man, what have you done?
Philip just starts running around yelling, Eureka, Eureka, it works, it works. Who's next?
Hey, not me, I can tell you.
Charlton?
I don't know. I think maybe they can find their way back out. You know?
We have to go.
Hey, maybe they can. However, I got to take a report on this.
Don't you think your report would be better served if you also wore a mask, just so you can, properly put into words?
I think my report would be better served by not listening to a criminal.
Let's see. Give me a persuade roll for Perry, if you would, please.
Who's Perry?
I'm sorry.
I knew who you meant. It's that guy. That's a 6.
That's a 6. Okay. Yeah, so he's making a damn fine case. I mean, call it what you will. But whether it's a parlor trick done with flash powder or something with mirrors or a silk scarf, maybe it leads to a trap door, but it makes sense. I mean, ultimately, you do what you want to do. I'm just pointing out. I'm not doing the whole, no, I'm sorry, he rolled it, you have to do it. I'm just saying he's making a good case for it.
Well, mate.
Come on, all the cool kids are doing it.
Around what time of day is it now?
It is now late afternoon.
Uh,
There's still plenty of sun in the street.
Crap, it's going to be dark soon. All
Quick,
right.
come here and put on this mask.
And there's no way in hell you'd be
But-
putting
Fine, but the
that,
goes
that,
first.
that clay
The
over
goes
my
first.
nose.
I'm not closing my eyes with him here.
Assuming you don't mean me, neither am I.
Well, somebody has to wear the mask.
Send
Well, it
Colin
seems to be
first,
you.
then I'll go.
Charlton, come to me. Look only at me. The Irish pig does not exist. It's just you and me in the mud. Come into my welcoming arms. Embrace the power of the mask.
No, you're gonna try to suffocate me, like you did with Dalton.
No. I will set you free, my friend. Come.
He'll suffocate you.
Try. No. You got to do Colin first, and he'll pull out one of his pistols and hold it to hold Colin at gunpoint. You do him first.
Very well, Colin. You magnificent, healthy creature. Come.
Well, I'm afraid you got the wrong man. And I hold up my pistol and point it at him, too.
Right now, Charlton's pistol is shaking all over the place.
Oh, also, Bill, did I lose
Shoot
any
him.
more sanity on that last sanity roll? Because I failed miserably.
Yeah, me too.
Oh, I had already told you. You lost.
8?
Charlton.
Somebody lost 8.
That was Kevin's character. The 1 point was lost by Todd's character, and 6 points were lost by Yang's character, and that's why Yang got this giant stack of phobias.
Well, I tell you, you're not putting that on my face.
Do it. Just take the mud. Just take it and go.
Well, why don't you?
I'm not closing my eyes to you. I know what you and your people do. You and all your
Well, I
Guinness,
tell you, it
your
ain't even
shamrocks,
me.
and
It's him.
lots of gold.
Well, it's him. It ain't even me.
Philip says, "Oh, for Pete's sake," and just goes at both of them with the scissors to get blood.
Okay. Who are you First of all, we have a combat here. Who are you going at first?
Well, I'm going because one guy is shaky with the gun. I'm not going for him because somebody will get shot, and I'm against violence. So I'm going to go for the
my
cop.
man.
Okay. So you're going after him. What is your dex, please? Doomsword, I don't have your character sheet in front of me. So
Yeah, mine's 13.
yours is 13. Okay, what is what is yours? Let's see.
Philip is super athletic. He's got a dex of 11.
He is lunging at you with this book in one hand and scissors in the other. What are you doing?
I'm sorry, Todd.
Do it! Come on! This is revenge for last
I have
year.
obviously I have no choice. I unload into him.
Okay, that's 2 shots with a 38. Roll it. Your handgun is your handgun should be at least 50. I thought I gave you 50.
Yeah, one moment. I'll let me just click this tab.
And firearms is lower right hand corner.
Right. Firearms, yeah, handgun 60.
Okay, roll it.
God damn it, Todd.
First shot.
Oh, that's a miss.
Blam! Blows out one of the glass panes in the. Roll your next shot.
Oh, that's a miss as well.
Yeah, he's already on top of you. He's raving. He's holding this book. He's swinging this scissors. Let's see. We're gonna call that. Let's see.
I was rooting for you, Doomsword, if that matters.
I knew you were. But now I still got that weapon, and I'm gonna put one in your sternum.
And you have 2 shots left. You shot the woman twice. You shot at
right.
You shot at
it's
him.
A revolver.
Yeah, and you haven't reloaded, so you have 2 shots left. So make a fist punch attack that's 50% for you there, Philip.
Well, Philip was water boy for the boxing team in high school, and that's why he rolled a 93.
And that's why he rolled it. So you swing at him with the scissors and miss. What is what is Charlton's dex, please?
7.
Okay, you are going last. What are you doing?
I think he is gonna shoot one over Cullen's head like a warning shot as he yells out, "Just stay right there!"
Okay. So you're deliberate. You're not trying to shoot him. You're just kind of blasting in his general direction.
I mean, he's shaking all over, but he's kind of trying to do a warning shot over the head.
Roll percentage dice. If you roll a 99, you actually hit him.
Oh my God.
So hold on. Did he missing?
He rolled a 97.
Skim the hair.
So
Zing!
he missed trying to miss, is what you're saying.
Okay. Now the rate of fire of your 22 exact. No, you're not talking me into plugging him. Your rate of fire for the 22 is 3. Are you just firing one shot, or are you firing all 3?
You know what? He's pretty nervous, and I doubt he has good trigger discipline. So he's quote unquote trying to miss, but he will do all 3.
Okay. Roll again. A 99 indicates a hit. All the way on the other end, you've bracketed it now. So that will miss, and roll your last shot. If you were trying to shoot him, he would be. You would have just put 2 rounds in him, and once again, Doom sort of would have lost a character. So in that space, in the space of just a few seconds, blam blam, well, more boom boom, pop pop pop. So Kevin,
Yep, I'm.
you have joined the processional. You understand it all. The meaning of the king in yellow, the power of the yellow sign, the doomed city of Carcosa. You understand it all. More to your sorrow. I just didn't want to leave you sitting there all night wondering whether or not you should go back out into the audience.
The end of the world as I know it.
Okay.
We're going with the music today.
Okay. So back in the art studio, you've just been shot at 3 times. You have 2 rounds left. this Charlton Wiggins has shot at you 3 times. Philip Teague is slashing at you with a pair of scissors. What do you wish to do, Amara?
I've got to take out the aggressor, and assuming I take him out, I'm gonna have to shoot the other guy too.
I mean, you can shoot one and then the other.
Yeah. I'm gonna shoot the guy with the scissors first. Obviously, he's deranged.
Make your 2-hit roll.
Come on, Doom Sword. No whammies. No whammies.
No, that's not a whammy.
Bomb. Okay. A 38 is it a D8 or a D6 plus 1?
Well, I don't actually have that on my character sheet.
Okay.
Apologies.
Not.
I want to say it's a D6.
It's a D6 for the 38.
It's a D6. Okay, roll a D6. And we got
2.
a 2. Okay, the hot sting of lead as a bullet blasts into you. Are you still trying to get some of the nice Irish policeman's blood, or what are you doing there, Philip?
100% yes. I'm still going for the blood, baby.
Okay, make an attack. You're 50%.
Here we go. $25, baby.
Okay, roll a D3. That's just a D6, and we'll divide by 2. So that's 2 points of damage. You slash his hand, and the scissors are now dripping with his blood.
I'll quickly go over to the mud to restart the ritual, and that's 2 points every time I do that, right?
Yeah, 2 power points.
Yeah, two power points. Okay.
That's 2 power points or magic points every time you do that. Oh, were you firing your second bullet at
yes.
Okay, I'm sorry. You should have gotten that shot also, but go ahead and take it now.
I figure as soon as he turns around, I put one in the back of his neck.
Oh,
or
wow.
the back of the base of the head. I mean, what am I supposed to do?
Right.
That's fine. Go ahead and roll it.
51. That's a hit.
Roll a d6. All right.
Another 2.
Blam! It's up in your shoulder area. Do you react to this at all? That brings you down to an 8 hit points, Philip.
Oh, is that all?
Yeah. You're at 8 out of 12. Blood is staining your coat in a couple of places. You've mixed up blood. You've started casting the spell. There's plenty of your blood is now dripping into the clay. Now you just have to get the nice Irish policeman to hold still so you can put this on his head.
Oh yeah, that's happening. I'm going to try to with mud in hand. I'm going to try to tackle him to the ground and just like smash it on his face.
Okay, cool. Before you can do that, Charlton, what are you doing?
Am I okay? So seeing that Philip got the blood, am I close enough to try to tackle Colin?
Yeah, you're in a very enclosed space.
Oh, you know what he'll do? Actually, what he'll do is he'll try to conk him over the head with the gun.
Okay, that's going to be a fist or a punch. So that's a 50% chance. And we'll probably give you an extra point if you connect. So 50-50. Everybody has that. 44, you leap into the fray and clock him in the side of the head. So give me a D3 plus. Oh, I'm sorry. That is a D3. You get a damage bonus already. And Charlton, your damage bonus is, let's see, Damage bonus, damage bonus. Where is it? Of course, I didn't write it down for you. Your size is 17. I'm going to go ahead and guess you probably get a. You're a tall drink of water. All right. Let me see. Come on. No, he's not a deep one. He doesn't get a D6 damage bonus. Bop. All right. Let's go to page 9. All right, so you have no damage bonus, so it is just going to be a D3, and I don't think we need a damage bonus for the gun. So yeah, it's just going to be a D3.
So I'll just roll a D6.
A D6, and we'll divide by 2.
Yep. 2.
So that's 2 more points of damage, and where does that put you on hit points, Dooms?
Yeah, that'll put me at sorry, apologies. That'll
That's
put
okay.
me at 8. Yeah, which is 1/3 down from my total.
Okay. So yeah, you're feeling, you got slashed and you're looking at the blood drip. You lean over to shoot the guy in the back of the head just as he bends over to start mixing, presumably, the blood off the scissors and whatever cockamamie craziness is going on here. And then you look up and here's this wild-eyed guy, and he just coshes you in the side of the head with the butt of a revolver. So we're in a new round now. Let's see. Colin, you'll go first. You're out of ammo, or not? You're not out of ammo, but you fired off the last 2 shots in your 38 revolver. What are you going to do? Dooms, you're muted, bud.
Sorry, go ahead.
What are you doing in this round?
Well, I'm gonna have to shoot both of them.
You're out of shots.
Right. I need to reload. Apologies.
So you're spending this round like breaking your revolver opening and starting to put bullets back in your gun.
Yeah, that's all I got. Thank you.
That's fine. Philip is trying to tackle. So make a grapple roll, if you would, there, Philip, and that is going to be 25% chance. So yeah, it's kind of hard. You're trying to keep the mud in your hands, and you're lunging at him, and he moves out of the way. What is Charlton Wiggins doing? You've still got 3 rounds left in your gun.
No, he has 6 more. He only shot 3.
Do you have a 22 automatic?
Yeah, I have 22 caliber with 12 rounds.
Oh, okay.
But I'm not going to use it. Charlton is also going to try to wrestle Colin down to the ground.
25%.
Drop that people's elbow.
Just hold still.
Oh, I saw that double aught come up. Yeah, you're moving around, and they're not getting their meat hooks on you. So let's leave this scene for just a moment and return to a much more dignified affair of 2 women fighting, rolling around on the ground. So yeah, you've kind of thrown her off of you, and you've got a hold of her wrist, Mademoiselle Casilda. She is screeching like a banshee and slashing at you with the knife now. You will go Actually, she'll go first. She does have a higher dex than you, but you have a much higher strength than she does. And she screams, "Blood sacrifices work too, you bitch." But that will actually miss. You kind of pull back as a knife swishes across your midsection. You've still got a hold of her arm. She didn't try and break free from you. So what are you going to do?
I'm taking my other hand and I am punching her in the face.
Okay, you're gonna punch her in the face. Roll percentage then. So this is basically a fist
punch.
A fist punch.
And
22 is going to
50%.
50% standard. Okay, so you're going to do a D3 damage to her. So that's going to be a D3 plus 6. D3 plus nothing, rather, not a D3 plus 6. Sorry. I saw a D6 next to it. No, you roll a D3 and then we divide by 2. So
a D6, you mean? Then divided by 2?
Yeah, you roll a D6 and we divide by 2.
Oh.
Yeah, so that kind of makes her head loll around a little bit, but she shakes it and she is trying to stick you again. So let's see. Uh, 24 is going to hit you. And she slashes you for a point of damage.
Okay, at this point, I am going to fist punch her hand to try to lose the stupid knife.
Well, you're just throwing a punch, so
yeah,
just go ahead and do
a
that.
Punch to make her lose the knife. Disarm her.
63 will miss. She tries to get you on the backhand, and absolutely will. She stabs you for 2 points of damage.
Okay, I'm going to do the same thing, try to disarm her.
Okay. Percentile. 71 will miss.
Dice gods are evil today.
However, in trying to keep from being hit, rolling around on the ground back and forth, she misses.
Okay, I'm going to continue to try to disarm her.
72 will miss. How many hit points are you down to? Because she
6.
You got 6. I just did 3. Are you down to 3?
Yes.
Okay. You have cuts all over your chest, hands, and abdomen. You feel woozy from the rock you took to the head. You're still conscious, but like unconsciousness is beckoning you.
I'm going to try one more time to disarm her.
Okay.
Hopefully she doesn't kill me.
A 40, that is a successful punch. Roll a D3. A 4, your fist connects with her jaw with a crunch, and she goes limp. She is lying on the ground. She is breathing raggedly, but she is not conscious.
Okay, I'm going to take her arms. I'm going to tie her up however she was going to tie me. I'm assuming there's some kind of rope or something.
No. She may have been going to rip her clothes or your clothes to make.
I'll rip her clothes and I'm going to tie her up.
Okay.
And I'm going to take her knife.
Okay.
And I'm going to make more ties, tie her legs up, tie her legs to her arms, and I'm going to make a harness and I'm going to drag her ass with me back to town. I'm gonna mutter as I'm doing it.
Where in town? What town? Which town? You're in the middle.
Back
You're
to
in the
the
middle of
original tower.
There's no tower. You just woke up in front of a building.
Okay, the building where I started.
Okay. All right. You're not 100% sure where that is, but you will definitely try and find it back in the art studio.
Yep.
Back in. Well, no, I'm saying you'll try and find it. Period. Space. Back in the art studio. So you've managed to dodge them and get some rounds in your gun. Mara, you have the highest dex. You have two crazy men. One's got a handful of clay and a book, and he's screaming something about the masks. And the other, this guy is yelling racial epithets at you and trying to beat your head in with the side of a pistol. What are you doing, O'Mara? You're muted, Dooms. Oh, crap. Did we lose Dooms? Okay. Well, I will make his attack roll because I know he wanted to try and plug Philip. Boom! Misses. He's just watching the scissors gleam in front of him. Boom! Misses. Okay, Philip. Okay, Charlton. Do your worst.
All right, here we go. 96, just as
That gun going off past your head a couple of times has really kind of thrown you. 44. Was that what were you trying to do? Were you trying to punch him, hit him in the head again?
Hold him down. Try to hold him down. So.
You were trying to grab
on him.
Okay. Let's see. Well, I mean that's basically a grapple attack.
Yeah.
So hang on. Charlatan Wiggins. And your grapple 25%. He misses. He'll take another couple of shots at you. I reckon. Uh, 23 will hit you, and that's the first shot that's aimed. Oh, it's only 2 points of damage you suffer there, Philip.
'Tis but a flesh wound.
'Tis but a flesh wound. 88, however, will miss you. So go ahead and make your attacks, please.
All righty, he's going to Doomsword. You're wearing this mask, buddy. Just get used to it.
A 46. That is basically a successful punch. You splat some clay onto his face. Give me a percentile die roll. I don't have Doom's character in front of me, so let me see here. Okay. Go ahead and roll a percentile dice if you would, please. 91. So yeah, you're trying to hold on to the mud and keep the mud on his face, and he's kind of thrashing around. Faith and Begorra, get off of me, you madman.
Mud is good for your skin. Be still.
Charlton, do whatever it is you're going to do. Are you going to shoot? Or are you going to club?
Can I try to beat the gun out of his hand? Like basically smack his gun hand with my gun.
It's going to be a punch roll. Go ahead and roll it.
Sure. And he'll yell, "Drop it, you ginger!"
Okay, you smash into his gun hand. So that's going to be a punch. Wow, he's going to take a couple of points of damage. So yeah, you hear bones crunch, and let's do an opposed strength roll. Roll percentage dice, please. So 51. Let's see. Opposed. Come on.
Big no.
Well, you've already rolled the number, so actually a big number would benefit you greatly in an opposed check like this. Come on. And to our audience who've been very patient in watching this and faithful, I thank you very much. There we go. That's the table I'm looking for. What is your strength?
Strength is 12.
12, okay. And I think, yeah, that the gun goes flying.
Yes.
I thought a dimensional shambler had eaten you there, Jane.
Nope. Press the wrong button. Sorry.
Yeah. Tommy, we are using DD dice. It is not really a VTT. I will share the link for you there. It is a 3D virtual die roller. You can use overlays on your live streams to pop up on the screen. This is just a die roll for our viewers' benefit. I'm just going to throw this real quick. And you guys get that on the screen because I use a transparent. It's okay. When it works, it's fantastic. Okay. You have knocked the gun out of O'Mara's hand, and he is cursing and nursing clearly a couple of injured fingers. Go ahead and make you're trying to get the mud on his face. Go ahead and make your grapple attack because he's no longer got his gun.
For me or for Philip?
Let's see. You knocked it out. He's going to try and throw Philip off, and he does not resist your strength, Philip. So it's up to you, Charlton. What do you want to do?
Well, I guess now I'm going to try to hold him or at least distract him so Philip can slap on that mud.
Okay, do an opposed. Well, give me a grapple roll first to grab him. Yeah, he's just too wily. He is going to try again. He cannot break out of your strength. Give me another grapple roll to try and force the clay onto his face there.
Woo!
6. Okay, the clay is starting to dry. You kind of mush it down onto his face, and you hold it there. He's still kicking and thrashing around. Do you want to, Yang? Do you want to try and assist in the grapple?
Yeah, if he still has more mud to put on, then yeah, I'll try to grapple him.
Well, oh yeah, he absolutely does.
Okay.
All right. Roll your. Okay, he is already grappled, so I'm giving you a bonus to that. This is really more of an opposed check. So you've kind of got his legs, even though he's thrashing around. He's seen what happened. He has seen what happened to his friends, and you are now caking the mud on, chanting, sacrificing points of power. And soon he just goes still, rigid as a board. Do you say the last of the incantation?
Yes.
All right. Seeking something heavy to break it with, you bring the butt of the pistol down. Smash. He's gone. You guys have seen this before, so you're not quite so freaked out by it.
I turn to Charlton and I say, "Your turn."
Charlton will. Well, first he's gonna put the gun back in his pocket.
There's people like gathered on the street watching what's going on.
And he is gonna take a real big swig of his paregoric, and then he's gonna sit down. And he's gonna say, "All right, Philip, do it."
Philip will just kiss him and then make a mask.
Okay. And everybody
Charlton
make
pulls
a
out
note.
the gun.
Dooms loses 8. 8 sand. Yeah, you do this, you chant, you sacrifice a point of power, and you break the last mask, and your friend vanishes. There's like this nervous applause. You gotta look over your shoulder, and there's a few people. They're like looking inside when they see you do this disappearing act. So Charlton, Charlton, you lose 5 points of sanity. Where are you at sanity wise now?
31.
Out of
65.
Okay, yeah, you've lost more than half your sanity. Let's see. Do you wind up? All right. Okay. Charlton, did you already wind up with paranoia?
Oh yeah. Big time.
Well, we'll have to roll that again.
I think I have all the phobias now.
Okay. No, specifically paranoia. Not like, oh, is your character suspecting people? I mean, do you suffer from paranoia? Like, did I give that to you? Okay.
That was the first one he got.
Okay. You are just sitting on a strange cobbled street corner. Is this Boston? Is this... You can hear the sea and faintly smell salt air and the rot of the sea. But you're not sure where you are. And now that you think about it, you don't know who you are.
Where am I?
It's kind of a foggy street. You're not really sure.
Is it nighttime?
No, it's daytime. It's a very it's one of those strange days when there's fog low to the ground, but you know the sun must be up there because there's golden yellow light and there's a yellow fog all around you in every direction. You can faintly see building fronts and so on.
Do I see anyone around me?
No, but you hear footsteps coming from behind you, maybe?
Then I will quickly whip around and see who's coming.
There are 2 columns of people walking side by side, some kind of processional. They don't appear to be holding banners or signs or anything like that. You're not... Are you in Louisiana? Is this some sort of Mardi Gras?
Are they wearing strange clothes or regular clothes?
They are all wearing yellow togas of some kind, and everyone is wearing a mask that is done in yellow or gold. and they largely seem to be ignoring you unless you want to walk out and stand in their way.
These damn foreigners. No, he's going to step away to the side. And so he doesn't know who he is, but does he
No.
recognize the masks?
Nope.
No. Okay.
Give me an idea roll.
That makes it.
Okay. The masks are theater masks of some kind. These people might be walking to some kind of a play or be part of a play, or this could be religious. You're not really sure. The processional isn't that long. There's an odd number of people in one of the lines. Other than a mask and something that looks like a cloak that's been hastily thrown over their shoulders, there's someone dressed kind of like you in the very back of the processional on the further away of the two columns.
Is it a man or a woman?
By physical appearance, just the shape of the body, you think probably a man, but immediately following them is a very, very tall individual. They're wrapped in mummy-like wrappings of yellow, tattered bandages. He's wearing a yellow mask that it reminds you of something. It's got a long, pointed nose, but you can't really put your finger on it. Walking next to him is a child in a yellow toga, also wearing a mask. The processional keeps going, but the child stops and tugs at the hand of the individual in the yellow wrappings and points at you.
Hand goes into the pocket with the gun.
The individual in the yellow wrappings stops, turns, looks at you, and raises out his right hand, which was at his side. He's holding a mask out to you.
I'm sorry there, friend. I don't have any cash for you. I'm good. I'm good. You go on. You go on. And then
He takes two steps. He takes 2 steps towards you and holds the mask out. Like
Charlton is definitely going to take 2 steps back, and he's going to try to get the attention of whoever that is in the clothes that looks like his. And say, hey, buddy, I don't know what your friend's doing here.
Dalton, give me an idea roll.
All right.
Or individual who used to be Dalton.
Yeah. Creepy dude that was Dalton at one point.
Yes.
I got a 7.
This is so Doctor Who.
You stop and turn and look. There's an infidel with no mask.
I take the mask off and see if I could show him how to put the mask on.
No, you don't take your mask off.
Oh, okay. So he
not
doesn't
common.
have the mask anyway, right? He didn't take it. So
He does not have the mask.
well, I mean, I think he needs a mask. Doesn't he need a mask?
The king is offering him a mask out of his generosity and kindness. The infidel refuses to take the mask, just as the infidel interloper refused to take the mask from the page in Act 3, Scene 5.
Oh. Okay.
You understand the significance of that.
Yeah, I'll go over there towards him to pull him closer to get the mask.
Okay. Person, because you don't remember your name. This fellow is walking towards you. Again, he's dressed in a fashion not dissimilar to yours, except he's wearing a mask and looks like someone has wrapped a yellow cloak around his shoulders.
Friend, I don't know what sort of weird and kinky games you guys are into, but please, I can see your friend here doesn't speak English. Translate for me. Tell him I do not want the mask.
Wom. That's all you hear.
Is that what Charlton hears, or is that what Dalton hears?
That's what Dalton hears.
Oh. Yeah. I obviously don't understand what he's saying, so I'm gonna just do what I was doing.
Okay. All right. He's continuing forward. Do you have your hands extended, or?
Well, right now I'm walking out towards him. When I get closer, then I'm going to try to grab him. But I'm not telegraphing that.
Okay. The good and generous and wise king in yellow sees you as you approach, holds the mask out to you, and points at the infidel.
All right. Well, I'll go over and I'll try to get the mask. Will he hand it to me?
Yes.
Huh?
Yes, he's handing the mask to you and pointing at the infidel.
I'll grab the mask and I'll walk over towards the infidel to try to put the mask on him.
Okay. The big guy in the wrappings and the broad hat and the pointy mask has handed a mask to this fellow who already has a mask, but now he's turning and walking towards you with a mask. What are you going to do?
I think the tall guy is the bigger threat. I will shoot him in the face.
Roll percentile dice, please. Okay. You have 3 shots, so roll again.
Jeez.
Come on.
The fellow with the mask is getting closer.
Oh.
Okay.
That's 100, right?
Yes, that is 100. Blam, blam, blam. You're basically up to him. He's got some kind of thing that makes loud noises that echo in a most uncommunal manner around. Jane, somewhere around you, you don't know where, you hear a faint, very faint pop, like fireworks. Give me an idea roll, please.
Okay.
Yeah, that was gunfire.
All right.
You're not sure where it is.
I've decided that yeah, she's gonna kill me. So I'm taking her knife and I'm cutting her throat.
Uncle Brat, thank you very much. Uncle Brat says, I hope everyone has a grand life in Carcosa.
I actually have a timeshare there.
All right. So
I'm gonna unlife her.
you're gonna unalive her. All right. So meanwhile, back in Arkham, it's just you now. What are you going to do?
I'm going to make myself a mask. Well, first, I'm going to turn to the audience and see if they too would like a mask. It's very good for the skin.
You know what? Give me a persuasion roll.
Yeah, that's a 10.
That is a 10. You make a very persuasive case. There's a gentleman who steps up and says, that's a pretty good act you got there, son.
Oh yes, come, try the mask that travels. Come.
All right. He sits down in the chair and kind of looks around and goes, what is all this stage blood? Is this some kind of weird cops and robbers thing? Some sort of I don't know, Edgar Rice Burroughs of Mars kind of thing? Like in the old books?
Absolutely, and then I stab him in his hand.
Okay, he screams. You caught him off guard. He screams. The crowd screams. He is going to swing at you. And he misses, but he's jumped up and he's grabbing the chair.
I've already moved, like putting his blood in the mud and mixing my blood in with it. It's just
okay.
He's going to wear the mask. It's going to
He's
happen.
going to wear the mask. People are screaming, and you hear them. You hear them running. I'm going to say, let's see. Let's do on the spot. This fellow's got a Dex 11. What is your Dex?
My Dex is 11.
Okay, so this is going to be simultaneous. He's grabbing the chair and swinging it at you. You are trying to plant mud on his face and start chanting dark incantations. He misses you with a chair. You duck under it. Give me a grapple roll.
All right, there, young fella. You obviously don't know the might of Professor Philip.
Okay, you've got him, and you're pushing the mud onto his face. Okay, he is struggling against you. It is simultaneous, so we're going to do opposed rolls. He's trying to break your grapple on him. He does not. So you're packing this on. He is like muffled screams and kicking his feet. You are chanting the incantation. You sacrifice another couple of points of power.
Mm-hmm.
We'll make one more. A 30. Give me an opposed strength check for him. We're gonna say, well, you know what? I'm gonna see what his strength is and see if that even matters. His strength is pretty good. What's your strength?
My strength is a very impressive Arnold Schwarzenegger-like 12.
Oh my gosh, you're both tied for 12. Okay, give me a percentile roll to see if you can keep him pinned.
Oh, it's happening.
Yeah, you keep him pinned down. I mean, it's that damn close. You've got him pinned. You're packing more mud on and screaming incantations, and your throat's going raw. How many points of power do you have left, by the way?
I have spent 2, 4, 6, 4 masks, 8 points, so I have 5 left.
Wow. Okay. So you'll spend another couple of points of power. You get the clay, and he goes deathly still. And you watch as the clay dries quickly in the air. There's the chair. You can break the mask with the chair.
Perfect. Yes, I will break that across his face.
Crunch. He vanishes. Bursting into the room behind you are 4 uniformed Arkham police officers. They have truncheons out. They do not ask questions.
Philip will pour his blood in the mud and start to make his own mask.
Okay. Okay, miraculously, you only get hit by one police officer.
That's because I'm part ninja.
He nails you in the head with a truncheon. You may act now if you want to start packing mud on your face.
Absolutely.
They are all moving into grapple. The first guy does not. The second guy. You're grabbed by the second guy. The third guy just misses you. And the fourth, so you're cinched in the waist and you're packing this around, muttering incantations. Let me see here.
If I can hold them off long enough for the mask to dry, I want to headbutt a cop to break the mask.
You will be still before you do that, but he's still blowing his whistle. He raises his truncheon. And smashes it down, and you are gone, my friend. They are looking at each other in shock. No, I think we need much more than that. I said much more than that. Perfection. So you are going to lose 8 points of sanity. They lose a little bit of sanity because you vanished into thin air. And where does that put you as far as sanity goes?
Well, I started out at a healthy, normal 65.
Okay.
And now I am only at a 39.
After losing 8, you're down to 39?
You are correct. Still
Okay.
perfectly legal to teach in any college.
Any college in the country. Okay.
Police brutality for the win.
Okay. You, my friend, are now suffering from pantophobia. Fear of everything. Every noise, every gesture, every possible action of your companions or a random passerby, not to mention enemies, throws you into paroxysms of fright. You're usually running for cover when not cowering in a corner. You are standing on a street corner. The entire place around you, the weirdly cobbled streets, the oddly shaped buildings, it's all horrible, and it's all meant to drive you mad with fear.
Right.
So you begin to run. You begin to run as fast as your legs can pump you.
Like a crack-headed track star, baby.
You run and run and run, and when you're out of breath, you collapse. You pick yourself up and you run and you run and you run and you run further. You come to the shore of a lake over which this yellowish fog covers in the distance, but you can hear water lapping. You have no idea where you are. You do see a punt on the shore of the lake. Do you run along? Do you get in the punt? What do you do?
Oh, I'm definitely getting in the punt. That is happening 100%.
Okay.
And I'm going to row for all my little arms are worth.
Okay. Give me a luck roll, please, Jane. And just tell me what the outcome of it was.
That's an 84.
An 84. Yeah, that just, you have no idea where. So, oh, right, you were going to slash her throat.
Oh, yeah.
So you're going to slash her throat. That's a pretty brutal action. You just committed murder, even regardless. So take a 6-point SAN loss as you watch her blood seep out.
That's fine. I'm at 39.
Okay.
She tried to kill me on multiple occasions. I'm good with that at this point.
Okay. This all happened outside. The sky is so wide, so heavy, so massive. It spreads into infinity with stars and clouds held up by who knows what. Monsters come from the sky and space, so you have agoraphobia.
Cool. I'm going
Um,
back to the town, and I'm going in that little building that I started from.
okay, but here's
The
the
building
problem.
is my friend.
That building could be full of insects because you've got entomophobia. There are billions, quadrillions of insects out there. They're all after you, crawling under your bed, flying above you, infesting your food. There's no escape, but you must try. Also, let's see. Yeah, that popping sound. Yeah, you know to be afraid of that. You now have ballistophobia. There's nothing more terrifying than the sound of gunfire, for that means they have found you again. Gunfire attracts monsters. Agents of monsters wield guns themselves. Run far away from all guns, or alternatively, try to get rid of all guns around you. So there's this kind
I
of
have no gun.
weirdly sort of, it's like round on this side, but sort of curvilinear on this side door with no obvious handle on it. What will you do?
So I want to go in, but I don't. I'm at a door that has no handle.
That is no obvious handle.
Okay. I'm going to go around the building quickly to find a door with a handle to try to get in, because I am not happy with the situation.
Okay. So Jane is searching for a way in. Charlton and Dalton. Well, Charlton and the entity formerly known as Dalton, the Zero San being formerly known as Dalton. He's coming closer. He's holding the mask out to you.
I think at this point Charlton is gonna tuck tail and run away.
Okay. Do you wish to intervene and do something about the alien infidel? Obedient one?
I'm planning on chasing him. I mean, he can't get away. Where's he going to go?
Exactly. He's in the holy city of Carcosa. There is no escape.
Right? So, I got nothing better to do at the moment. So, I'll try to chase him down.
Okay.
My dex is 8.
All right. And what is Wiggins' dex?
7.
Oh, no.
Okay. He turns and kind of starts to stumble away from you, but you'll go first. What are you doing?
Well, I'm going to try to grab him to prevent him from running away.
Give me a grapple roll.
Right. Nope. 80.
Okay. He ducks under. You start to run. Yeah, he's running. Are you going after him?
I'm chasing him. Yeah.
He gets like a good 6-7 yards in front of you, and you're going after him.
That's right.
So, give me another grapple roll as you try to grab him.
All right. 72. I'm really not good at this grappling thing.
Okay, yeah, you're chasing him, mask in hand. He's. Let me see here. come on. There we go. All right. I mean, you're still moving faster with you're keeping up with him, trying to grab him. Give me another grapple roll, I guess, if you're still trying to.
Still failed. 55.
All right, Charlton, you're running helter-skelter through this strange city. You have no idea where you are. You have no idea who you are. You have no idea what you are. You have no idea what this is. Are you just keeping running?
If he gets any closer, I'm turning it around and shooting him in his masked face.
Okay.
You know what? That seems like the best idea. He'll stop and shoot him in the face.
Fair enough.
100%.
Dalton, you'll go first.
All right. 44.
Okay. You launch yourself at him as he's bringing the gun around. Take your 3 shots. Charlton. Miss.
Oh, come on.
Miss.
Oh, man. Come on.
Hey!
There we go.
Roll a d6, please.
Straight in the face.
Yeah, you feel this sudden bursting and burning sensation. Had you lost any hit points back before you?
No. And I still have 11. So I had 15 previously.
All right. He has some kind of arbalest, some kind of catapult, something that has injured you. It's very unmutual. What has happened? Your flesh has been torn, like a dagger thrust, but there is no blade. Give me a percentile roll because he's now right there in front of you.
50.
Does that break the mask at all?
No, it does not.
Okay.
You grab him, you shove the mask onto his face. Now it makes sense. Now you understand, and you will return to the processional because the king in yellow awaits.
All right. I'll turn around and head back to the procession. Did he wait for me or did he move on?
Oh no. You know exactly where to go to find them. You always know where the king in yellow is.
Okay.
As do you, formerly Charlton Wiggins. As do you.
Is he also compelled to go?
There's no compulsion. You want to go.
Oh, I mean, yeah, totally. All right, then he will pair up with Not Dalton and walk on back. And
You join the processional as is proper, as was written of, as is written of, as will be written of. Philip Teague.
Present, sort of.
You paddle your punt out into Lake Hali, the lake that is the dreaming mind of Hastur. You become part of its thoughts, its fears, its excesses, its horrors. You will spend eternity locked forever in the simulation space of its mind, experiencing every sensation known to any being anywhere simultaneously.
Oh, wow.
Not in a good way. Not in a good way. The being known as Philip Teague ceases to have any meaning as soon as that happens.
Is my sanity at 0?
My friend, if it was possible to express a lower degree of sanity in this game, it would be all the way there. Jane Carter, you scramble madly at the building trying to find an entrance, but you can't. Drawing ever closer, you hear the rhythmic step of shuffling feet. Out of the corner of your eye, approaching on one of the broad pathways, you see the processional again. Give me a sanity roll.
Okay.
That is not successful.
Nope.
Whatever this trip is, if you convinced yourself that it is drug induced or what have you, it costs you the last shreds of your sanity.
I've decided I'm gonna find David and track him down and cuss at him because this is not cool.
Let's see.
I'm totally blaming David for all this.
4 points of sanity, and as the processional walks by, once again, the child points at you, and you are offered a mask.
Nope. The crazy bitch brought me here with the mask. I'm not taking a mask.
What's your san at this point?
With the 4-point loss, I'm at 34.
Okay.
I started with 50.
Well, the king in yellow, steps towards you, holding the mask out. He kind of gestures at you with it. What do you do?
I shake my head no, and I hold up my hand as flat. I said no. I refuse him again.
Okay. Muffled from behind this thing's plague doctor mask, you hear a voice, deep, sonorous, resonant. No mask. No mask. Now is not the time for unmasking. His hand slowly starts to reach up towards his mask and closes on it. Let's see.
I muttered to myself, I hope it's not David. I hope it's not David. I hope it's not David.
Oh, no. It's not David. It's not David at all. It is a writhing mass of yellow flesh that seems to turn and curl and twist like yellow maggots that don't even vaguely form the suggestion of facial features. Give me a sand roll, please.
All right.
Nope. Uh, 35 is your sand loss. What does that leave you at with sand?
-1.
-1, you say?
Yep. Because I had
Oh,
34.
Yeah, your mind is gone.
Just
That-
as the great one intended.
Yeah, you lie on the ground, laugh, scream, cry, and it's all better when a mask is placed on your face and you join the processional in Carcosa for the King in Yellow. Well, unfortunately, ladies and gentlemen, that ends our revel here. The players, try though they did, never found what happened to David. They only found their inevitable madness. Pity we lost Doomsword. I hope everything is okay, that there was not any upset. I will definitely reach out to him. He got a mask planted on him. Really good. Courtesy of Philip Teague. So that is the end of our creepy Halloween horror game in Shocktober. Players, did you all enjoy yourselves?
Yeah, it was
Yeah, I mean,
fantastic.
it was
Yeah.
it was 1 point. It was 1 point.
And I didn't kill anyone this time. That's an improvement.
That's an improvement. You became one with the mind of Haster. That's not an improvement. That's not an improvement. That is an eternity of unrelenting madness inside the mind of a great old one. So congratulations there.
Right now, I am Captain Stubing of the SS Cthulhu. Anyone would like to go on a 3-hour tour?
we can definitely laugh now. But no, I seriously, big thanks to all the players tonight. We'll be back next Friday. There was a request from Dooms to possibly play AD&D on Friday. I don't know. I will let players here know what we're doing, and of course my audience. I'll let you guys know. But I hope everyone enjoyed it. Miss Bella Game says that was fun to listen to. We had let's see. Knowing these stories, there's no beating the King in Yellow. Absolutely, Uncle Brad. It's amazing. I hope you liked it. Wave says it was awesome. Vaughn is ready to get back to Gamble World. God help him. He's of a one-track mind. But it's a sane mind, and it doesn't live in the simulation spaces of the waking nightmare that is Haster's. TJ,
likes my snorts.
thank you. Vaughn likes your snorts. Your little snorts are, I guess, very cute. So yes, that was the King in Yellow, everyone, and I hope you all enjoyed it. That was Call of Cthulhu. We'll be back with this next October, and if you missed this, if you just came in a little while ago, we will. These videos remain up, so all you have to do is just look for Call of Cthulhu, and you'll probably find them. Dying Breed says the conclusion was inevitable. Well, of course it was. Of course it was.
But I'm looking forward
hey.
to next year.
You know what, Bill? There are even other games listeners and new people to the channel can catch right here on your channel.
That's right. First edition Advanced Dungeons and Dragons on Tuesdays, Conflict on Wednesdays, or whatever Kyle sees fit to run on Wednesdays. And of course, Fridays is mostly, we're doing Gamma World right now. We may shift to another science fiction role-playing game or another post-apocalypse game, or another post-apocalypse science fiction role-playing game on Fridays. We'll have to see. But there are many different delights we offer. Deep dives, reviews, guests, all kinds of fun stuff, guys. So extra special thanks to our audience, extra special thanks to our players tonight. It was a Stone Groove. Folks, if you haven't already, please click the subscribe button. Please click the bell icon for notifications. Click the like button if you like what you saw. Leave a comment down below and tell us how many sand points you lost listening to the King in Yellow. I would like to give a big shout out to everybody who is in the audience tonight. Dying Breed, that's fine, because guess what? You can watch them anytime. You can watch them anytime on YouTube. And, people ask me, like, hey, why don't you do a podcast? And I say, hey, can you not just listen to the YouTube audio wherever you are? And apparently not. And it's like, I'm not upset about that. So perhaps for 2024, I'll look into maybe shifting, not changing to, don't misunderstand me, not changing to, but taking the audio from streams and putting them on Spotify or something like that. But we'll have to see. I have a face for radio, so that might be a good thing. But anyway, again, I want to thank Kevin, of course, Todd, always a lot of fun to have you here, Yang Yan Zhao, Connect, and of course, Dooms. We hope you come back again, Doom Sword. And guys, please do have fun this holiday season. And by the way, I'm going to ask you guys before I go, audience, cast, have you seen the yellow sign? Did you guys see the yellow sign in the opening credits this season? Now you have.
I didn't.
You'll have to go back and watch. It's not the yellow sign you got to keep your eyes peeled for, though, guys, on this particular night. It's actually the owl bear. So keep your eyes open for those. And I will see you again on Monday night. Peace. I love you all. Happy Halloween.
Have you seen my owl bear? Here's to all the weirdos everywhere in the woods and in the air. Have you seen my owl bear? Should I shave off all my hair? Bobbed are all around. Some live in tunnels underground. Some are fat, some are rich, some are sleeping in a ditch. Can you ride a crooked horse without a saddle way off course? Naked as a toad all the way to Smoky Joe's. Have you seen the little creep driving fast in his little green Jeep? He smells like fish and brandy, but his rotten teeth look dandy. Take me to the show, I don't care if fast or slow. From action flicks to dancing dicks, just take me to the show.